Hi, good afternoon, Monday afternoon, and we just thought we would come together and show you a very quick way of making a steam pudding or something along the lines of that in the microwave. Literally takes 3 minutes to create something like that. And it's really, really yum. Now this is a ginger one with some chocolate on the top. And we're going to show you how easy it is to make it. Because really, especially if you're by yourself and you just want something sweet, this is so quick and easy. I'm actually using coffee cups that I got when we figured it out when I was about 16, and I turned 39 the other day, so they're lasting really well. But what you want is a mug-sized cup or container, just a little over a cup if possible, and something that can go in the microwave. So obviously if it gets hot you can just use a towel, but you also don't want it to explode because then you lose your pudding. So let's crack on. I'm going to do 4 different flavors. I'm going to do a ground ginger and apple, a cinnamon mocha using our new cold pressed coffee, which we've been really working on. This is not a bottle of rum, we're just using the bottle because it looks really nice, but this is our cold pressed coffee. Normally it takes 24 hours to make. Using our sous vide, we have got it down to 2. So keep watching, have a look at our stories on Instagram and see how we go, because I'm hoping to throw in some flavours soon, which will be really exciting. The other flavour I'm going to do is cardamom and orange, and then I'm going to do one for the kids with sprinkles and marshmallows. So I just want, oh, come here then. I've got an assistant today. I tried to bribe her with Freddo frogs to stay still, but obviously hasn't happened. Hang on, here's one. There's 2. Okay.
This one is a little bit one to a little bit one.
It is. Careful, watch where you're going. Good girl. Little cameo appearance there. Okay, so let's crack on with the first one. So, the basic...
That was a little bit different than the guy from the BBC who threw his...
who tried to throw his child across it, yeah. Good girl, stay quiet. Okay, so our basic ingredients for whatever flavors you want to do is 3 tablespoons of self-raising flour, a tablespoon of sugar. Now I know that seems like a lot, but this is a pudding. If you are cutting down on your sugars, you can absolutely adjust that to your taste bud level, and you could use different sugars like coconut sugars and all of that, but I'm just a white sugar girl, so white sugar. I have got my... No, sorry, I'm talking about the plain things. Hang on, right, so with that, you also want 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using my grandmother's good old tablespoon here. 2 tablespoons of milk. Now, this is just your base recipe. You can add to it whatever you want to on top of that. And I'm going to put a few. Now these are the seeds from our from our vanilla pods. So I'm just dropping them in there. Now the best way to stir this up is using a fork. So remember, this is our base recipe. But in this one I am going to throw a teaspoon of ground ginger. Oh, getting a bit carried away there. And I am going to throw in a little bit, well, not throw because that would be messy, a little bit of apple. Now I have just finely grated that apple, skin and all. It's a green Granny Smith apple. And you really just want to mix it. The beauty with having a glass that you can see all the way down is that you can see whether you've got all the flour from the bottom, because it will be the flour stuck on the bottom. You certainly don't want to have a big lump. Now, you just want to mix it until all the flour is completely mixed in. Again, using a fork is the best. Now, there will be lumps in that one because we had the apple, so don't freak out. Now, Simple thing, into the microwave without tripping over my microphone. And 1 minute 20. Now my microwave is quite high in power. I'm using high power. So obviously again you'll have to adjust to your microwave. Next one, we're going to have a teaspoon of cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of self-raising flour, tablespoon of sugar, I know, don't freak out, teaspoon of good Dutch cocoa. Now I like to use good quality cocoa powder. You need to use less and the flavour is just nicer. I'm actually going to give that a stir as is. Okay, now this is where we've got our cold pressed coffee. So that's about 1 tablespoon. I'm going to use my tablespoon of oil. And I'm just going to see how that goes, mixing wise. So this is like a mocha, a cinnamon mocha, a cappuccino kind of style coffee. And I'm just going to add a fraction more milk there. So it's probably about a tablespoon of milk. And that's going to get it the right consistency. Now guys, as normal, I will put up this recipe once I've written it up, and stir it up, stir, 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 stir. We want to get it all stirred up.
There's a bit on the front there.
Haha. Again, ideal thing to use. Now just remember guys, when we're getting our things out of the microwave, it could be very, very hot. So be aware. Let me see. Dessert explosion number 1. Okay. Oh. But super yummy nonetheless. Well, that's messy, isn't it? Right, minute 20. Let's try. Now guys, if this happens, don't worry. Just clean it up best you can. That's what chefs do. That's why chefs have a tea towel around them. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So, we'll clean this up best that we can. While that other one is cooking. Right. That shall do. Now, I am going to decorate these at the end. So that's the first one. Made an absolute mess there. Now, number 3. So again, flour, sugar. Now I'm going to use some cardamom. Now I have used my mortar and pestle and ground some cardamom seeds in there, so you can see that. I'm going to use about 1/4 teaspoon. I'm also going to use a little bit of vanilla, not too much, because we are only doing 1, and I am going to use orange, but I'm just going to give that a stir. Mix all the dry ingredients best that we can. Okay, let's see if this one's exploded. Oh, I'm getting explosions everywhere. Excuse me, I got to put the water on. I did do a test run of this and it came out perfectly. Never mind, everybody, never mind. Oh, this one smells so good. Coffee. Only slightly exploded. Nonetheless, very hot. Oh, let's get that. Oh, that one looks good. Owie, 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 owie. So that's our coffee. Back to our orange and cardamom. So I've got about 1/4 cup of finely diced but still chunky orange there. I want to put my 1 tablespoon of oil and 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, and I'm just going to carefully mix that. Okay, see it all combining.
So just give everyone a bit of a catch up what we're doing.
Okay, so we are making microwavable steam puddings essentially, but with flavours. So I'm doing 4 different flavours today. I have got, what have I got? Ginger and apple, a mocha flavour. This is orange and cardamom. And we're showing you how easy it is that if you are by yourself and you just, you know, you feel like something sweet, how easy it is to do. Now I'm actually going to try that on a minute 10. Just see if that stops my explosion. That's what cooking is about, trying. Now, the last one is fun for the kids. So, I've got 3 tablespoons of flour, self-raising flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar. I've got some little marshmallows. If you've got big marshmallows, you could cut them up. But I just bought the little ones. I'm also going to use some of Mrs. Rogers' party sprinkles. I'm going to stick some of them in there. Save some for the decoration. I'm just going to stir them round.
Unicorn dessert.
It is kind of like a unicorn dessert. Now I'm also just going to try and put a little bit of vanilla in there. Just going to break it up. Now I'm going to put my normal, okay, 1 tablespoon of oil. Now the oil I'm using is rice bran oil. You certainly wouldn't want to use an olive oil or anything like that. It's got too much flavour in itself. So just a bland oil that has no flavour at all. Rice bran is very good for that.
Now, if anyone has any questions, please do ask away.
Absolutely.
We're assuming everyone survived the weather over the weekend.
Now the marshmallows are not aiding in my stirring here, but they're certainly going round and round. Again, you want to make sure it's all mixed in. The kids will most definitely love this one. Let's get all of those party sprinkles off there. Tidy up my glass a bit. Let's see. Oh, we still got explosion. Gotta love it. Gotta love cooking. The one time I do it, I'm not on camera, and it works perfectly. So, oh, I've actually got, look, I've got a big lump of flour in there. Nobody told me. So guys, it's just cooking. Don't freak out. If it explodes and it's not too bad, just adjust it. I'm probably need a bigger container, but you go with what you have. So, minute 20, I'm going to tidy this guy up. Excuse me, just using the water. So the beauty of this dessert is that you can make them to suit everyone. You can individualize them. Individual desserts is exactly what you want.
Or you could eat all 4.
Pardon?
Or you could eat all 4.
Or you could eat all 4, yes. Now this one isn't completely cooked, so I am going to pop that one back in. Just goes to show, doing that 10-second difference actually does something. I'm just going to clean up my...
Carla's asking if we will start a YouTube channel. Yeah, Carla, we were actually thinking about that. We're doing a lot more videos these days, and it'd be interesting to put them onto YouTube as well and expose them to a different audience. So thank you for the suggestion.
Absolutely.
If you have any feedback about what we are doing, what you'd like to see, we are going to be doing some of the suggestions. One has been a vegetarian suggestion that's come through in the past, so we'll be looking at that as well. But if you have any suggestions, then pop us a line on the Facebook page or let us know. That one's exploded too.
My marshmallows are probably going to explode, and I probably should have only used 2 tablespoons of flour and adjusted my recipe. That's me being greedy and wanting to get the whole cup done. Believe it or not, our first one there definitely worked and didn't explode everywhere. But guys, that's cooking. If I had time, I'd play around with the mixture. or get bigger glasses, containers. Right. But it also works just wiping it down. That's okay too. Chefs will always tidy up a plate at the end of food service anyway. So that's that one. And this guy. He's done now. Now I'm just going to make them look a bit prettier. Now if you wanted to put cream on them, you could. You could do candied oranges as opposed to the oranges I've got. You could most definitely do whipped cream. Or you can just have fun, like I am. And I'm just going to go doop, 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 there. And a few more sprinkles on top. So guys, there you go. For puddings, for desserts, in about a minute. Well, a bit more than a minute's cooking, but about 3 minutes each. So I made 10 different sorts in around 10 minutes.
What have we got again?
So with the apple, we've got apple and ginger. We've got a mocha. We have orange and cardamom, and we have a party sprinkles and marshmallows, or a unicorn pudding. And you could absolutely invent your own flavours, invent your own colours. You could put food colouring in them. You can put blobs of cream cheese in the middle before you cook it so that they explode when you sort of bust in. So yeah.
I think you should try one.
I should. I actually really want to try the coffee one. Yeah. Okay. That's really nice. And look guys, it's cooked all the way through, steaming hot, perfect for a winter night or afternoon tea. Nice. Thanks everyone, thanks for watching. Any questions, comments, let me know. I'll pop the recipes up real soon. See ya.